Welcome to Computer Pile. Whether it's your latest tech, pet gear, or gaming must-haves, or more, we have you covered with honest reviews that you can trust. And if you want to find the best products, follow us now. Hello, Amazon. It is Antoine from Computer Pile. It has been a while since I have been streaming. Life has been busy, but man, on this great Labor Day, such sales are going on, and I wanted to bring these products until you. You see, I'm surrounded by power. And it's kind of funny. Yesterday, that's what the message that the Lord allowed me to deliver was on power. And today we have our power stream with Bluetti. We want to thank Bluetti for sponsoring this stream. You can see here, I have about 7 units here that we're going to talk about. And there's even more units that's on sale today that we want you to take a look at here. We're going to start with the small and work our way up. But how's everybody Labor Day going? Say hello to me on other social media platforms. We are streaming. You can join us here on Amazon at amazon.com/live/CPI. And we can see your comments right here in the app. So it says quite a few people are in here. Can someone say hello to me out there? Let me know I'm not out there by myself. So let me know. What do you got planned for the Labor Day? Anybody cooking out? After this live, I plan to wind it down. I got a few things to do around the house, but we're going to go ahead and get started. The first unit that I have highlighted is in the carousel. And right now, it is on deal for $149. Guys, this is awesome. It's right here. It is the AC2A. Now, before we get into this, hey, IC said, what's up? First, let's talk about what is a power unit. A power unit is a battery. Pretty simplest term. So with a battery, you can use the battery and then it's gone. Well, these are reusable batteries. It has great technology where the batteries can be recharged, and then you can use the power of that battery over and over again. Now, with these units, they have different features and different wattages or power outing. Like this one here is their smallest one, the AC2A. It is 300 watts of power. So on all of these power units, we're going to have very similar features, but there's going to be the differences are going to be in the wattage and a few of the features. And we're going to cover all of those for you today. So the first one is this one right here, the AC2A. And this thing is really light. But look at here. This is, I'm going to hold it this way. It's so light. This is 300 watts of power. So all of them will come with a nice handle that you can grab. Look at there. This is about 7 pounds. I mean, you can't beat this. And then it has your DC input. This is very crucial because this will allow you to recharge the unit via DC input. Normally, your solar panel, which you see I have one right here. So think about it. Here's a scenario for you. The power goes out, the grid goes out for 2 or 3 days. You can't charge it up via the AC right here. Here's the AC input, where you can charge it up off of the grid, what are you going to do then? Well, you're going to be pretty much toast. You're going to be in the dark. So if you get a solar panel unit, you can charge it up via the DC input free from the sun. Now, it also has a DC output. This is like your old car cigarette lighter. So if you have those type of connectors, you can use those as well. And then you have your 2 AC outlets. These are your where you can just plug in regular plugs right here up to 300 watts. Now, it does have a power lifting mode where you can actually get more than the 600 watts. And then these are the different buttons of the sections of the unit. Here's AC, it'll turn this on. Then this is DC, it'll turn this section on. Now, the DC section we didn't talk about. This is for your USBs here. Now, look here. You have one USB-C, which is 100 watt. This guy normally takes your cell phones, your laptops, or any type of device that goes up to 100 watts. Then you have two 5 volts USB-A right there. So let's count the different outputs. That's 3. This is 2. That's 5. This is DC 6. So I count 6 outputs that you can do. There's 2 inputs. There's the DC input, and then here on the side, AC input. So 2 ways to charge that guy up. And then at the bottom, all of these units will have your non-skid pads here where it won't slide all over. Let's give you a 360 view here. There's the front coming around the mountain here. Nothing on the back. And then the holes here. Guys, this thing is so awesome. We actually keep this sitting on the desk because instead of using extension cords and have cords all over the house, we just set this where we need the power and plug it in. Have you ever had that problem where you got to look for the extension cords? No, you pop this guy right here and you're rolling. Man, I just absolutely love this. I forgot to mention that all of these units function as a UPS, uninterruptible power supply. So that is really cool. Now let's pull up the product page and show you some more detail here. So I'm going to share this screen here. Let's see here. We're going to share this screen. Yeah, that's good. Oh, okay. Here we go. It's coming up. We got it. There we go. So here it is right here, guys. This is the AC. It's showing 149 in the cart. Wow. That is a great deal. Also, you can get it paired with the solar panel. That is my recommendation. Because think about it. These power units are only good if they're charged. So if the power is out, how are you going to recharge it? Well, the answer is solar panel. But let's say, for example, you know, you're just trying to get into the solar panel arena. You know, just get the unit and then get the solar panel second here. But look at here. What I wanted to show you here is 300 watts of power. It has a power lifting mode up to 600 watts. So you can really double it there. It's real, and it recharges up to 80% in 45 minutes. Guys, this is really good. It's portable power wherever you need it. Now, they have a few use cases here. Look, so it's 7.9. Look at her. She's carrying that. Look at that. Matter of fact, we went on a trip a few weeks ago, and of course, I took my power unit. You just never know. We stayed at an Airbnb, and I took my power unit. It was sitting right there on the counter. I take it with me because I just like that assurity to have power. So here we go. There's some use cases here that they have here. You can just take a look at that projector. I need to do that. I got a projector. I need to play with that today, guys. It's really funny. Guys, any questions out there? Any questions? I haven't seen any questions so far. So right here, there's a 6-in-1 charging. We've already talked about it. 2 AC outlets, 1 USB-C, C-type, 1 cigarette lighter, or DC, I like to say, and 2 USB-A's. So that's 6-in-1, really good. Look at auto shut off when full. These are the different ways that you can charge this up right there. So there you go. And then you can do it. You can do AC plus solar panel at the same time. You can use a generator to charge these up. That'll be the full RAM. Now with generators, see, this is why these portable units are so nice, because a generator, we know, is using gas or propane or something like these. These have no gas or propane. It's just a battery, which is really nice. So that is the AC2A, guys, 300 watts. Now, I forgot to mention this. It's so much here. All of these units, you can download the mobile app and control these units via the mobile app. Actually, let me cut this guy on. There you go. Look at the display there, guys. Look at that beautiful display. It shows you the input and the output. I got a desk fan here. Who wants to see a desk fan? Let's see these work. I'll do this with the desk fan. Let's see. I hope it's not plugged up. Man, my desk is a mess here. So let's see. Look at there. My son keeps this fan. He gets hot. Okay. All right. So, guys, I got the fan there. You see the blade is not turning. Hey, somebody say hello to me on the Amazon chat. Can I get somebody that say hello in the Amazon chat? It's saying a lot of people it's here, but nobody's commenting. I'm going to plug this into the AC output here. Let me plug it in. Okay, I plugged it into the AC output. Now, the way this works is that you have to make sure the unit is on. There's the green button. You guys see the green button? And then it say, what section do you want? I want the AC section. So now you see the AC button is turned on. Now, here's my fan. Everybody see the fan is not moving. So now I am going to cut the fan on. And there it is. And the fan is moving. And look, you can see the output here, 16 watts. Now, let me tell you something. Hello. Anybody ever like to speak into the fan there and hear it to make some noise there? Let's see. That is too funny. Okay, so there's the fan is moving. It's pulling wattage here. I'll cut the fan off. So I cut the fan off. You'll see that it drops down. And then it tells you all these types of percentage. Actually, let me turn it back on. And let it bring closer here. Look. So it'll show you what is the wattage out. It'll show you 94% left and a certain amount of time that's left. So really, really nice, man. I'm telling you, I love these power units. Power wherever you need it. And this is 300 watts. My fan is going. Think about it. You lose power in the summer. You can have that fan going. Man, that'll be nice. Really nice. So there it is. That's it. Is 149, 7.9 pounds. We're going to move on to our next item. Now, this was the very first unit that I got here. This one. We're about to talk about this guy. I just highlighted it in the carousel. This is the first unit that I received from Bluetti. It is the EB3A. Now, why this guy is so cool, let me actually highlight him over here. Okay, I did that. Okay, he's highlighted over here. Let me refresh. I'm trying to pull it up. I want to see how much it's showing this guy costs here. There we go. Okay, he's showing $239. Now, why this guy is so cool, let me show you. Well, he is 600 watts. Remember, this is 300. This is 600 watts of power. Now, this is the only unit that has a light, and it also has wireless charging on the top. Man, I tell you, I absolutely love these. I mean, these are awesome. So let me pull this back here. Now I'm going to show this one to you because, like I say, this is my first one. Now this guy's about 10 pounds. I can feel it. Obviously, he's a little bit heavier. He's 600 watts of power. But look, there's the light right there. I'm going to push that light. Do you see that light? And it has 3 settings. There's one. I'm going to push it again. I don't know if you could tell it got brighter. And then push it again. It functions as a SOS. So think about it. You can set this thing down in the road. Say the lights flashing, boom, boom, boom. I'm at 98% there. Really nice. So same setup here. You got 2 AC outlets. You have your AC input in the front, which I love. So everything's in the front in this unit. Then you have your DC input. This is what you'll use to charge it up using your solar panel. And then here's your DC output, your old car cigarette lighter. So when you think about portability, you think about a car. So all of these are going to have that DC there. And then you have your USBs here, the USB 100 watt, and you have 2 USB-A 5 watts there. And then look here. Here's the watch this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Boom. Right there on the top, you have a 15 watt wireless charging right there on the top. Man, so that means you can lay your device right there. I know my tablet will charge. My cell phone will charge. Anything wireless, 15 watts, you can pop it right there and it charges. You have a nice hideaway handle right there. Hideaway handle. Look at there, the way it folds up so you can put your device there. Now, on the side, let's give you the 360 here. So there's nothing on the side. You have some holes here to vent. We're coming around the back. Nothing there, so you can really push it against something. More holes here to vent the battery. And we're back. Man, so that is the EB3A 600 watts of power. This is 239. So this is really good, guys. Check this out. So this is double the wattage of the previous one. But it has a light. And it has a wireless charger. The only unit that has it. Man, what's your favorite unit? That's a good question there, Icy. I like the AC200L just because of the expandability, but I think it's based on the application. So for home use, and I say home use, it's a portable unit, but I would use my AC200L to like power my fridge. If the power goes out, probably can get 3 days out of it. But like for portability, just moving it around, that's a tough question. This is a close favorite. I'm a little tied to it because I like the wireless charging. It's 600 watts of power and it has the light. So I really like this one. So if you're a Prime member, you can get this for $239. $239 if you're a Prime member. So guys, that is really good. So let's plug the fan in that since we've been doing our fan test. I'm going to plug it in here. Our fan is off. I'm going to cut the AC unit section on. Now notice this unit didn't have a separate power button. It only had the sections that you turned on. So I turned on the AC section here. Now I'm going to turn the fan on. And there's the fan. There's the fan. Wow. Kedra, hello there. That's my sister. I was watching on Facebook. She said, thank you, Kedra. And I see a comment came in. I don't ever see these comments. She said, hello. Thank you, Kedra, for joining. My sister is looking at these power units. So, guys, these are really cool. So this is the fan. You can see I'm running it right here from this unit. Really, really cool. So I'm going to cut that off. And there you see the fan goes off. So we've covered 2 units so far. Let's pull up the product page for this guy. Let's see. There we go. So here's the EB3A. 600 watts of power. You have a power lift, a surge protect up to 1200 watts. And then it has some use cases here. Look at there. Small but in charge. Look. There you can charge your laptop, a 60-watt laptop up to 4 times. If you have a 10-watt light, you can charge it 22 hours or have it run for 22 hours. And wow, look at here, a mini fridge. A 60-watt mini fridge is going to last you 4 hours. So there you go. So those are some good use cases there for you right there. There's the charge up here. Look at there. Be the solution. Look at there. Your solar in. Look at there. It's got the solar panel charging that unit so you can have power wherever you need it, guys. This is really, really cool. So that is the EB3A 600 watts. Now, so that's 600 watts. Let's stay in the, I want to go to the next one here. Then we're going to come back. Let's see here. I'm going to highlight it. I'm trying to highlight our next unit. Let me see if I have it here. There we go. Not that one. Not that one. I think it's this guy. Let's see if I highlighted the right one. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I'm getting to the right one here. All right. Yes. All right. We have the next one highlighted. Let me move this fan out the way. I got so much going on. The next one is this guy here at the bottom. Right here. This is the AC50B. I have it highlighted in the carousel on Amazon. It is showing $299. Now, this guy here is 700 watts. So this is our biggest unit that we've talked about so far today. I'm going to unplug this. Let me do that. I'm going to, matter of fact, set this here. So here we go. So this guy's a little heavier. Let me see what the weight on this guy is here. I'm going to take my glasses off. I need take my glasses off to see. I think this guy's about 14 pounds. Let's see. Measurements. Oh, yep, 14.8. So this guy is 14.8, similar to all the other ones. It's the AC model line here. So you have your DC input. That's for your solar panel. You have your DC output. Then you have your 2 AC inputs. I mean, your AC outputs. That's where you use the power. And then you have your DC outputs here. You have, on this unit, it's a little different. You have 2 USB-Cs, but they're 65 watts. So not 100 watt, they're 65 watts. And then you have 1 USB-A, which is 15 watts. So I'll push the button to cut this on. I think I got some power. All right, there we go. I'm at 87% on this unit. And then here on the side, this is where you charge it up via the AC when you're on the grid. So that is how you charge it up using the AC plug. But like I say, right here is where you'll use it using the solar panel. So we're going to plug the fan in. Here's our fan test. Now, remember, this guy is 14 point something pounds. 14.8 pounds it's showing on the product description page. Beautiful display. All of these can be connected using the mobile app to control this unit. So I'm going to plug the fan in. We got our little fan test. I'll set it here on the top. There we go. We'll plug our little plug in there. Now remember, make sure the unit's on and then what section you want. So I want to do that section. And look, the fan cut on because I never cut it off. And it shows that it's pulling 17 watts. Now let me tell you something. My son left this fan running all night on the desk. And you knew I was livid. I got up in the morning. I come in the front room, living room, whatever you want to call it. And man, I just hear this fan running. And I know from doing these Blue Yeti lives how much wattage this booger is pulling. And I like, my goodness, I was hot. Can you imagine this thing running all night? Pulling right here, it says 17, but we saw it get up to 20 on one of the other units. So I was really upset. And I'd say, you need to pay for that. Needless to say, he didn't. I did it. But let me tell you, if he leaves it again, I'm going to calculate the total that this thing is going to do. Now, the screen keeps going off to save power there. So you just hit any of these buttons to bring it back. Now, I'm going to cut it off. Cut it off. And then you can see these numbers here are adjusting. So, guys, that's the AC50B. Let's pull up the product page on this guy. We're going to share that screen and pull it up. Here we go. All right, here we go. So there it is right there. Let's click on it. And it comes in a couple of configurations. Of course, you can buy it with the solar panel. If your pocket's deep, I suggest getting a solar panel. But this is really good. So you can see right here, it's 700 watts. It has a power lifting up to 1,000 watts. So that means it's going to go more than the 700 watts in that power lifting mode. So this is a great one here. See, what is the price showing on this? It says, I don't know what even it's showing there. The price, there it is right there, $399 it's showing right there. Probably can be different if you get some other buying. But let's look at this right here. It says it's for short trips. Look at there. They'll give you some estimates of times here. 17 times you can charge your phone. That'll be handy if you've ever ran out looking to charge that phone. Where's that phone charger at? But you can do that. You can have your lamp run for 15 hours. Our last power outage lasted 17 hours, and I used 2 power units to get me through. If you have a mini fridge, you see it's going up higher now, 5.7 hours. Now, we're going to get to our big boys where you can run these things for days, even your real fridge, not no little simple mini fridge. But these are the smaller units, so they're not going to take your big fridge, but it'll take a mini fridge. Then it gives you some more about that. Look at the different 6 ports here. Right there, look at there. Those are the outlets. We've already covered those. Really nice. But we're about to get to the bigger units. I know some of you want to see those bigger units. But look at the technology here. This is one thing I wanted to bring out on Blue Yeti is their 5-year warranty. Their batteries has a 10-year lifespan on it. So they warrant it for 5 years, but the battery will last longer than that. So that's what's going to be really good. It has grounding safety, which you saw the grounding screws on all of these. Now look, it says the original capacity remains 80% after 3,000 plus cycles. That's 6-8 times longer than conventional batteries. So what is a cycle? A cycle is when the battery is depleted to 0 and then you charge it up. So that's a cycle. So after 3,000 of those in this model, the AC50B, The battery remain for 80% after that. That's pretty good because over time, the battery life will die and then that battery just won't be able to charge up anymore. But over 3,000 plus times, that's going to be awesome. And over 10 years, you are going to be covered there. All right, Kedra, you got any question? I see anybody. We got a big number showing in here. So, guys, if you got any questions, let me know. But this is the AC50B. And, of course, yes, you can connect to it via the mobile app and all of that. Noodles said, sup? Hey, sup? Noodles. Thank you, Noodles, for joining. So, guys, we've covered 3 models. Now, I'm going to put them back in reverse order here. Put them back in reverse order. This is the AC50B, 14.9 pounds right now. Check that out. Great deal. Uh-oh, I got to make sure I cut that off. You just hold the button down, it cuts it off. Then we talked about the EB3A. This was my first unit. This is 600 watts of power. And then the one I set on the floor, this is the one that we leave on our desk. We don't even pack this guy up. He stays out all the time. This is the AC2A. You are just going to love this guy. He is only 7.9 pounds, 300 watts of power. He's going to do all of your smaller devices. You're going to love it. I use it to do my studio lights. Just really good. Now, we're about to talk about, hey, before we do that, guys, I'm going to play my jingle. I haven't played my jingle. Guys, if you're on Amazon, I think my sister, I think she's following me. Guys, if you're on Amazon, find our little logo somewhere and click on our logo to follow us. If you follow us, it shows on my Amazon, we play a nice little something for you. So if we get a couple of followers on Amazon, we're going to show that to you. So, guys, make sure you hit the follow button on Amazon for us. We will love to get a new follower. But I'm going to play our jingle. Let's see here. Here we go. I'm going to play our jingle. Here we go. I know I clicked on it. Here we go.
Simply the best, better than all the rest. Computer power. Simply the best, better than all the rest. Computer power. Simply the best, better than all the rest. Computer power.
All right, that was our jingle. If you liked our jingle, say I do. Say jingle in the chat. All right, I think I see for talking in the chat. I see Kedra, Noodles. Guys, if you're there, we got a big number here. Where are you? Well, guys, we're going to move on right along here. We're going to go to our next product because after this, guys, I am, as they say, off here. Our next item, this one just came in a few weeks ago. Now, this is their newest model right here. Oh, man, look at there. This is the Elite 30 V2. Now, this is awesome. This guy has technology here. Now, look at these two right here. This one is actually smaller. It's a little heavier, but this guy is 600 watts of power, but in the same footprint of the AC2A, which is 300 watts of power. Now, this thing is nice. This is the newer one. So this has the same wattage as this guy, more than that guy. It's the size of this guy, but the same wattage as this guy. So let's look at the features. We have your DC input. Now this guy is highlighted in the carousel. This is your DC input. This is where you will charge it up. using solar panel. You want to do that, guys. You're going to want to, once you start investing in these portable power stations, these are great. But when the power is gone, you got to get these things charged up, and you're not going to be on the grid. So you're going to want to get a solar panel unit like I have back there, or a bigger one. That one, you're going to want a bigger one. That one's only 120. They go higher. So here we go. So you got your DC input. Then you have your DC output like your old car cigarette lighter. And then you have a 12-volt connectors here. They made it look like a little smiley face. And then you have your DC outputs here. Now, this one has a USB-C 140 and a USB-C 100. And then you have two USB-A's at 15 watt. And then you have your two AC outputs at, look at there, 600 watts of power. Of course, you have your non-skid pads at the bottom, which is really cool. And then this is where you charge it up from the grid, your AC input. So there's your AC input. You see your grounding screw for safety. You have your holes to vent. We're going to give you the 360 here. Nothing in the back. There's your holes. There you go. Now let's cut it on. We did a test on all of these guys. We're going to do a test on this too. Wow, I'm at 97%. I'm not fooling around. It says I got 53 hours left. Well, that's because there's no load on it. Let's cut our fan on. Let's put our fan on. Let's see. Can I set it right here? Let me put it. I'm going to put this over here. We'll put this up here. And then we're going to put our fan. Here's our fan. The fan is this helping us out here today. So here's our little death fan. We're going to plug it in. Plug it in like so. Now the unit's already on. Now I'm going to tell what section I want on. I want the AC section. So I push that on. It's on. Now I'm going to cut the fan on. Is the fan working? Hello. Anybody like to talk into the fan? Am I the only one that like to talk into the fan? Hello. Now it's not showing. So look, I got this fan on. This unit is not even worried about it. It's not even showing any output. Now I know there's output, but over a certain threshold is when it will show these numbers. So in other words, right here, this Elite 30 V2 saying this fan ain't nothing. This fan ain't doing nothing because it ain't even showing registering any output. And we know that there's an output. So this thing is packed with technology. We're going to pull up. Let me cut the fan off. We're going to pull up the product page here and take a look at the technology. Remember, this is their newest model. Now, guys, our big boys are coming up. Stay tuned. These are the big ones. These are for your big refrigerators, and these are the big boys. Hang on, and we're getting through these little ones here. I'm going to pull up the product page here. I do have it highlighted, don't I? Yeah, I do. All right, so what we're going to do. So here it is right here. It's showing two. Shorty, you all right over there? Okay. What is that? All right, I was hearing something back there. Hold on for 1 second.
Simply spinning all the rest. Computer power.
All right, that was perfect timing. I got back just in time. So, guys, we're going to click on this unit here. So this is their newer one right here. It is the Elite 30 V2, 600 watts of power. It can charge 0 to 100% in 70 minutes. That is super awesome. So that's the newer technology here. But look at here. It's all new PD 3.1 protocol. So this is going to charge up your mobile devices quicker. So it's 140 watt USB. Wow. So that's the port you're going to want to use to charge it up. I mean, how many times you're waiting, your phone only have a little bit of battery, and then you plug it in, it's taking forever to charge. Well, this is going to do fast charging, guys. This is the new technology here. And look here, they're showing it right there, working with your laptop, charging that laptop up. It can go both ways there. It has, look at 9 ports for all of your needs. Look at 9 ports. Are you serious? You have 2 AC outlets. You have 100 watt USB-C, 140 watt USB-C. You have 2 USB-A's, a 12 volt DC 5521. You have 2 of those. And then you have a 12 volt car cigarette lighter port. Man, that is going to take care of you here. Now look at some of the use cases they have here. Your cell phone at 15 watts 17 times, 24.6 hours on a 10 watt lamp. You can charge up your laptop 4.1 times. And then if you have a camera, look at there. So these use cases are really good. There's a lot of different use cases. Guys, I recommend you looking at the product page. I think our video, we even have a video over here. I think we even got a video here. Let's see.
Hey there. Welcome to
our
Bluetti
video
Support.
is up here.
In this video, we're diving into the all-new Elite
I thought our
30V.
video was up there, but I seen it the other day. But guys, that's it right there for the Elite 30. Here it is. We got right here. Elite 30 V2. This is 14.8 pounds. Really nice. Let me unplug that. I'll cut the screen on. Really nice, guys. Look at there. 600 watts. Now, I wanted to compare these one more time. Here we go. So this one right here is the 300 watt. Now, it's 7.9 pounds. I can feel the difference here. But look at the size here. Look at the size. So this one right here is 600 watts of power, 14 point something pounds. I feel it. And then this is 7 point. So, wow, you got to figure out which one you want there. Now, this one is 149 right now. Great entry level into the portable power. You're going to fall in love with it. This is the newer one, 14.8 pounds, 600 watts. And this one's 600 watts. And then the one at the bottom here, let me move the fan out the way, which is the AC50B, 700 watts. So, wow. So we're going to set that over there. Now we're going to get ready to talk about the big boys. We're going to talk about the big boys. So before we talk about the big boys, guys, make sure you're hitting that follow button. Guys, we're bringing you the deal on Amazon. Grab that dough. See, can you grab that money? See if you grab that dough. Make sure you grab that dough. We're about to talk about the big boys now. We're about to talk about the big boys. So let me get that money from falling here. Okay, I'm going to put these here. Let me make sure these guys are off. Yeah, so let me hold. I'm going to make sure these guys are off. Okay, he stays on the desk, so I don't have to worry about that. There's no off button on that guy. He just shuts off. This one here, you just hold the button down, and it says off. This guy is the same way. You just hold the button down, and you see off, O-F-F. All right, so good. We're golden there. Okay, the next unit we're going to talk about is the Elite 200. Let me get that guy up for you. Oh, wow. He's on sale. Is that the right one? Let me see. No, that wasn't the right one. No, there's another one in my cart, guys, on Amazon that's on sale. You're going to check that one out. I don't have that unit, but I put it here because it's a great deal. But this one, wow. Let's look at this one here. I just highlighted this one. Let's take a look at it. Okay, here we go. So this one right here is the one I was talking about. This is the AC 180. Guys, this guy is up to 1,800 watts. Now we're getting into the big boys here. This one is 1,800 watts of power at 549. That is going to start. Now we're getting into some big lifting here. Let's see the weight on this guy here. All right, there it is. It's 35.3 pounds. But let's look at the applications that this guy can do. So look, now you're getting into bigger units here. Look at there, your mini fridge. It's going to run your mini fridge for 16 hours. Not where the other ones, it was like 2, 4, 5. This guy is going to run it for 16 hours. So you think about having your power grid with that. That is going to give you some substantial power. This thing has 11 outlets to spare. Look, you're getting 4 AC outputs. You're getting 1 car output. You're getting a wireless charging pad. So that's newer. I didn't even know that. So that one comes with a wireless charging pad, which is nice because that gives you another way of charging up a unit. You get 1 USB-C and 4 USB-As. Let's look at the picture here. Here we go. So look at that. And there's the wireless on the top. I see it. Do you see the wireless on the top? There it is right there. This is a great unit, guys. But it's 1,800 watts. It's a good deal. Look at there. Look up there. And there's your DC input, that little circle there. Right there, that's used where you can charge it up via solar panel. Really, really nice. So I wanted to put that. I don't have this unit, but it is on sale. I wanted to put it in the carousel for you. So make sure you check that out. Now we're going to talk about the ones I do have. I'm going to talk about the ones I do have here. Okay, this one here I just highlighted. This is the Elite 200. Wow. That's this guy right here. It's in my hand. Right now, it's on sale for $1,099. This thing is normally $1,600, guys. I guess it's a sale because of Labor Day, but if you're a Prime member, it's $1,099. But let me show you this. This has a power rating of 2,600 watts, but look at the power lifting. It goes to 3,900. Wow. Now this is going to power your large refrigerators, so your bigger ones. So this is what you're going to want to do when your power goes out. Now you can move this. It is portable, but this guy here is about 50 something pounds. 53.4 pounds, it says right there. Now, obviously, you don't want to lift that by yourself. You got 2 handles. You're going to want to have somebody else lift that with you. But, man, the technology on this is amazing. Now let's look at this. So, look, your laptop's going to last. You can be able to charge your laptop 21 times. Your fan is going to run for 31 hours. Boy, you better, if it's a hot summer, that's going to help you out. If you have a kettle, I don't suggest you run no kettle if your power's out, but they're using it like if you're going camping. So if you got your solar panel, which I recommend, who cares? You can just recharge it up because it charges very quickly from 0 to, we'll take a look at a percentage there. Then if you have your griddle. But look at the technology here I want to show you. This is the Elite V2. The technology is amazing. It is 20 let's see here, 6 watts of power, 2,600 watts of power. It has a 17-year lifespan. It lasts 12 times longer than the average. It has a CNAS rating. That means it passed 33 rigorous battery cell tests. Now look, it has over 6,000 plus cycles. It may outlast you. And then it has a 5-year warranty, which we covered. Most Blue Yeti devices have the 5-year warranty. And then it says after 6,000 plus cycle, the battery retains 80% of its original capacity. Wow. That is technology in your hand. Now it's got some more. Look at here. Multi-layer protection. You're going to want to make sure your battery doesn't leak because it is a battery. Look, it's automotive grade battery cell. And we know the cars work under some extreme temperatures, cold, heat. So this is like automotive grade. You know, when you get to that car and you turn it, you want it to come on. This is what you're going to get out of the Blue Yeti products, specifically this Elite 200 V2. Make sure you get the V2 because it has the upgraded technology. So guys, there it is. If you're a Prime member, there's the price. Really good. Now, I'm not going to lift this guy up. You can tell my little puny arms is not going to be able to lift this guy up, but we're going to do our little test that we've been doing on all of these units. Let me see if I can squeeze it a little closer. Here we go. So I'm going to cut it on. I'm at 94%, man. I got these things charged up. I'm ready to go. Am I expecting something? You never know. So I'm at 94% here. You got 4 AC outputs here. There's your 4 DC. You have 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB-As, your DC output, your DC input. Over here on the side, right here, is where you charge it up on the grid. That's your AC input. So I'm going to plug the fan in. Here we go. Man, how long have we been up here? Let me see what time it is. All right, we've been going for 55 minutes. I was supposed to only did 30 minutes. So I'm going to plug this in. The unit's on, and I'm going to cut this section on. And then I'm going to cut it on. There we go. And it's not even registering. This. All right, there we go. It's 15. It's showing 15 there. So now this one has a AC input, AC output, DC input, and DC output. So you got 4 readings on this guy. But you can see the fan is running. It says I have 99 hours left. I'm at 94%. So this guy could run, they say, 99 hours. Wow. That's pretty nice. But that's not really. But what you can do, guys, with this type, 2,600 watt, you can use your larger refrigerators to run this type of load. It's going to be really easy for this type of unit. Now, with this unit, it is a lot of wattage. So that means you can put bigger items on it. Let me cut the fan off. But this one is not expandable. That means you only got 2,600 watts. You can charge it up via your solar panel. Yeah, that's going to be good. And that could be a great application for you. Really good. It's portable. It's 53 pounds. Really nice. Great technology. The Elite V2 on sale right now. Check this one out. Now, I wanted to talk about this guy. This is the big boy. Now, this one is bigger than the Elite 200 V2. It only has 2,400 watts. So this one actually is more powerful. But the problem with this one, or I wouldn't say a problem, is it's not expandable. What do I mean by that? With this guy, it has 2,400 watts of power, but you can add expansion batteries to it. This is the first one that we've talked about today where you can add expandable battery. In other words, yeah, it's 2,400 watts right out of the box, but I can stack expandable batteries on it, like the BK300, which is on its way to me now, and expand it. So, and I can expand this guy up to 3 batteries. So now we're talking a whole house solution. It's also good for RV because it has an RV port right here. And then you got your 4 AC outputs here. Now, cool thing about this unit is all of the outputs and inputs are covered. You can see that they're covered. I don't know if you can see it. I can't get it closer. Let me see if I think I might zoom in. Let me play here with this for a minute. I'm going to try to zoom this in for you guys. Hold on. Look at there. Watch out. Watch out. All right, here we go. So I've zoomed it in here. So you can see all of these guys are covered here. So look at there. So there you go. So these are your things. They're covered. And then right here, these are your USBs. Even they're covered. And then right here, your DC output. They're covered. This is, what is this port here? This is a 48 watt port. And then there's your power button. Let's hit the power button. Cut that bad boy on. I'm at 82%. Probably need to give him a charge. What happened? Okay, there you go. It's trying to focus there. There it is. I'm 82%. And then I'm going to try to show this. Hold on. I'm glad I got this booger on rollers right here. Watch this. So here's the magic. Here is the magic. Right here on the side. I don't have these in here, but those are screws. But this is your expandable battery expansion, where you can expand this unit up using expansion battery. That is super cool. Now, this is your DC input. And then this is your AC input. It's a weird, funky connector, but this is how it connects, and you charge it up via the grid. So now remember, this is 2,400 watts of power. So we're going to do our little fan since we've done it with all the other ones here. This guy won't be any exception. So we're going to plug it in. The unit is on. We're going to put the AC on. It's on. Now I'm going to cut the fan on. You see the blades are not moving. Let me see if I got this thing here. I don't even think I've selected this in the carousel. Let me select this in the carousel. All right, there it is. I just selected in the carousel for you. All right. So I'm about to cut it on. Here we go. Let's see if it works. I got power. Power. All right, now this guy didn't even flinch at that little fan. It's not even showing any outputs here. But we know it's working. The fan's on. Hello. All right, so the fan's on. So, guys, that's it. Remember, this is the AC 200L, 2,400 watts, expandable. So you're not stuck. You can, hey, I can get this unit and I can build upon it. Now, this unit at 2,400 watts are going to handle practically whatever you throw at it. But if you want to start adding more stuff in your house to it, you're going to want to use those expansion batteries. Now, I'm going to try to zoom back out of here. That zoom was first. I think that's one of the first times I've done that. All right. All right, there we go. Even though it looks like it's still zoomed in, it still looks like it's zoomed in. Oh, that's what it is. It is. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's better. All right, so there we go. We're good to go. All right, so I'm going to move this fan. All right, guys, are there any questions? I am whipped, man. Moving these things have wore me out. All right, so here we go. I am going to move this here. I'm going to move this there. Well, I hope that little desk hold there. I don't think it was meant to hold that much pound. All right, guys. Any question? Kedra, are you still here? Noodles, I see. Somebody say hello to me on the Amazon chat there. Anybody still with me there? Can somebody say hello to me on the Amazon chat? Anybody there? All right, guys. Nobody's talking to me. I was here all by myself, it looks like. All right, I'm going to cut this unit off here. There it is. That guy's off. I'm going to cut this guy off. Now, I got to put all of these units up. I'm going to sit down for a minute because I am slum out. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us today. I want to thank Bluetti for sponsoring this stream. You can see we had about, let me see here. Let me count here. 6 units here on hand that we demonstrated. There's others that's in our cart that's on sale. Check those out. Figure out what you're getting it for. And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find something from Bluetti. Very reputable company. I've been working with them for about 3 years. And they have been doing really good. Their technology is increasing. You can see that they're really very thoughtful. They got some new products coming out. I was on their live stream from their own corporate website the other day, and they said they got some new products coming out. So they're constantly increasing the technology. Also, we were on their 3rd show on their corporate site. We were really honored to be asked to do that. We had a great time talking about the Bluetti products and our experience with them. So make sure you guys look at these deals. It's a great time to jump into the portable power unit section. Now, remember, there's a lot of deals. Grab these deals now. Grab that dough. And remember, if you're on Amazon, we did not get a follower today. Only thing you have to do is click on our little logo there and hit follow. We did have a celebration. I'm going to play it anyway. Here we go. Oh, man, I love that. Well, guys, that is going to do it for today. I appreciate you joining us. It has been a pleasure. As always, make sure you're taking care of your family, taking care of yourself. And remember to love God and love one another. All right. That didn't seem to...